Hey guys, it's your man Chocolate27 here, and tonight I got a review for you for the brand new Captain America: A Brave New World film. And my opinion of it is that film just is a whole lot of nothing. I wasn't really impressed by it. It was pretty damn boring for most of the film. You see, I got a whole bunch of problems with my list out here. Well, before I start that, if you can help a channel like me, please give it a like, comment, sub. That'll be great. I like talking to people, so let's talk about it. Well, anyway, let's get started this review. Yeah, so I decided that before watching this film, I just decided to watch all three Captain America films, and it was kind of a mistake to do that because those films eclipsed this film in terms of quality. The first Avenger, even though it's the least memorable, it still felt solid. It wasn't the best. The action in that film was clunky. It was pretty corny, but now I'm like, it literally feels like one of those like very dramatized, like propagandic, like not in bad way, like in the sense of like a celebration of World War II heroism in that way, which made the film kind of feel kind of unique in the rest of the MCU. Feel like a true World War II war epic, and then the sequel, The Winter Soldier, which is like I think my eighth rewatch or something, which is probably my most rewatched MCU film to date. That film, it still holds up super well. The espionage angle's super great. You got Black Widow looking the absolute hottest she's ever been. Steve Rogers, he's hot as fuck in that film. The action is hot as shit, man. Like hot. Insanely hot in that movie. Oh my god, that whole film is just hot. It's badass. It's cold. It's brutal. It feels grounded, even though there's a lot of like superism and super soldier stuff. It feels like a grounded, like James Bourne type of movie. It was really great. And then you got Civil War, which, in hindsight, it's kind of a weak film in the sense that it's not really about Captain America. It's about the Avengers, which is why, like, literally Tony Stark is the second most, like, important character in that movie. When the film is titled after, like, Captain America, it should be about, like, Steve and Bucky Barnes or something. Those two should be, like, the main highlights, alongside Anthony Mackie as Falcon. Those three should have been like the main focus, nothing else. The airport scene, even though it's iconic, the way it's directed and the action stakes doesn't really feel that real compared to like the rest of the action in the movie, which honestly had that signature grittiness that was founded in like Winter Soldier. Like it felt a bit too fantastical and goofy, and they had so many weird moments where it just kills tension with them cracking jokes and one-liners after some crazy shit happens. It's like kind of ruins the stakes of it. But then immediately after that, like that scene with Iron Man going up against like Bucky and Steve is like, oh shit, that's what I'm talking about. Like it has that signature brutality. It's like literally one of the most intense hand-to-hand fight scenes in the entire MCU's history. Like the fact that Steve literally took down like one of Tony's own like jet boots, making it so that Tony has no choice but to do like stay in the ground. Hand-to-hand style really added to the whole like seriousness of that whole sequence. It was absolutely insane. I love that. Oh yeah, I made this video about the new Captain America. Shit, that's true. Yeah, the film. The film. I'm trying to remember what happened in this movie because the film is so forgettable. I mean, like, okay. Well, one big, and this is not a pun. One big, like, addition to the film is the inclusion of Harrison Ford has Thunderbolt Ross, whatever. And all I gotta say is that he definitely is the highlight of the film because the film managed to make a really human portrayal of the President of the United States, which is something you never expect in these type of films. Actually, not really, because Hollywood has an obsession with humanizing these presidents a lot. And it's like, I don't know. Because have you seen real life presidents? I don't think they're this human or likable as what Harrison Ford is. But hey, and people were saying that it's weird that an 82-year-old dude is like playing the president of the United States. But then you gotta remember, Sleepy Joe Biden literally was the real life president of the United States for the last couple of years. So it's not really that absurd to have an 82-year-old play the president. But it kind of makes me question, why does America have this fascination of just electing guys who are well past their 70s? Like, isn't that way too old to run a country? I think you should be around your 50s or something to start running a country, man. But anyway, he was great. The Red Hulk scenes were absolutely top tier. Like the way they portrayed the ferocity, the power, the weight, the damage the Hulk can do is absolutely crazy. I think it's some of the best in the MCU. In terms of Hulk action, I think it's better than. I mean, like, it's probably better than how it was in the original Avengers and Avengers 2. I mean, Ragnarok, I don't know. I mean, you can't really top the part where the Hulk literally was going against, like, what, a big ass dragon or something? But then that film it doesn't really matter because it's just destroying a bunch of fantasy stuff, so I don't care. Like, I think the Hulk works better when it comes to him just destroying, like, everyday environments, like cities, using regular, like, day-to-day items as weapons, just destroying neighborhoods, all that shit. Like, that's what this Hulk did well. He just destroyed familiar grounds and all that, so it just looks really amazing and fun just to see the Hulk destroy the White House and all that, and seeing the amount of damage he does just by like scraping through the monument. Why am I spoiling? I think I'm spoiling, but hey, surprise! I guess it's a spoiler review. I don't know. Well, anyway, like those scenes are really great. It did remind me of the Incredible Hulk in terms of how awesome the Hulk can be in terms of action. I mean, those are literally the two best things about the film. Everything around the Hulk and Harrison Ford are like legit, like peak stuff that's worth watching the film for. Or at least just worth watching on YouTube because the film is just a drag, man. It's like the espionage angle is the weakest I've ever seen. I mean, I guess you can say it's not actually Civil War is better in terms of espionage because of the whole Zemo thing. That one's good espionage angle. And Zemo's actually a great villain, by the way. Well, you got like who? This one you got Broccoli Man. I don't know, man. Like all I know is that I remember seeing him on screen. I was like, I just laughed my ass off. Because holy shit, man, Broccoli Man looks absolutely goofy. I think he has a name. I don't know. He's the buyer or whatever, but he looks stupid as fuck. He looks like a broccoli. So I just said to myself, "Oh my god, it's Broccoli Man!" And then he did literally scream when he found out that Captain America found out about his plans. That's similar to that one. That's similar to the Rhino from that infamous Kraven the Hunter scene where the guy goes, and that's it. Like that's how it was. Then I'm like, oh cool, it's cool that MCU finally managed to catch up with the Sony Spider-Man villain universe in terms of their really corny scenes that become memes. I don't think the scene will become as infamous as the Rhino scene, but still, it's up there. And you got Falcon Jr. He's absolutely atrocious. He is not funny. He's that dumbass kid from Falcon the Winter Soldier who barely got any screen time. Something you're meant to give a fuck about. I'm like, who cares? You're not funny. You're not that guy, pal. You're not. Trust me, you're not that guy. You are terrible. So when he got shot down by a missile because he was fucking stupid, he got burnt and was knocked out for the rest of the film, I was like, yeah, okay, the film just got better. It got better. And speaking of surviving stuff, there's so many moments where I'm like, they literally have plot points about how they're finally referencing the whole like, shouldn't like Sam, who's taking up the mantle of being Captain fucking America, take the super serum? Because several times in the film, he's literally in these life or death situations where if he has super serum, he won't have just dealt with him like a couple of seconds at most, because it's shown that yeah, Sam is a very skilled fighter. He knows how to fight. He knows how to throw down. Now have that as super serum, he'd be just like up there with Steve Rogers. Not even a joke. They're saying it will worry to take away from him. I'm like, no. All it will do, I mean, yeah, it will enhance a person's abilities at emotional levels, but still, he's a kind heart. He has the same type of kind soul and self-insist as Steve Rogers does. It's like, what the fuck? If anything, you should just think it'll be an advantage to him. It'll make him more of a guy who'll care. So it's like, why the fuck won't you take the serum? You idiot. He even makes a joke about it when he's fighting the Red Hulk about like when Bucky made this random cameo being like, hey, you know what, Sam? You don't need to do the serum because it's not your character to do so, or something similar to that. I'm just like, nigga, just shut the fuck. Just take the serum, man. You'll have an easier time dealing with this shit. Like, man, seeing him survive so many blows from the Incredible Hulk. Like, yeah, he has antinemium. I can't pronounce it. That thing from the Wakandans using their armor. Literally, he has it all the time. But even so, I'm pretty sure getting hit over and over like that, it's going to give you trauma and all that shit. It's going to make him get dizzy or dazed. Like, there's no fucking way a regular human like him can survive attacks from the Hulk. several times in the face. Like, yeah, he has those vibranium armor and all that, but it's like, dude, you should at least be paralyzed by several of these punches and the throws, man. He literally got paved through the damn White House in full speed from the Hulk. You literally should not be walking. If he has super strength, I'm like, it's fine. He has the vibranium suit and he has super strength. It makes sense why he's taking it. But here, I'm like, no, I'm sorry, but he will literally be paralyzed half the time. Like, fuck you. Oh my gosh. It's so bad. And then you got that Israeli agent, and she was terrible. Her acting was awful. She was so awkwardly implemented in the film. But I think it's because she was like the infamous like reshoot character or something like that. Because they literally found out about the whole. I think she was pro-Israeli or something because of the whole Palestine conflict. So they just literally try and just rewrite her character out of the film, cut as much as possible, but they still leave her in awkwardly. It's the whole Amber Heard Dean from Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, with trying to cut her out, but she's still there, and it's kind of semi-important, but seeing her there just feels really out of place and kind of intrusive and weird, and like, why is she even there? I mean, she's an ex-Black Widow, I guess, so explains why she was in that one tunnel scene kicking those people's asses, and that's about it. She was annoying. I didn't like her. Why is she even in the film? And then you got Espiano, that one guy from Breaking Bad, who I love, and he was wasted. Apparently, he's going to come back in future Captain America films, and it's like he was just there for like one scene out of fucking nowhere, just to kill Captain America in the middle of the street. And for some reason, it had the IMAX format treatment, so the whole screen was expanded, acting like this some big action scene when in reality it's literally just the most generic blank scene ever. It's like, why does that deserve the IMAX format treatment? What is going on? Oh yeah, speaking of action, the action was like it's the most mid Dean ever. I mean the flight scenes are okay, which made me realize when I was watching the film that this could have been like Marvel's answer to Top Gun Maverick. Like you have a guy who flies. Why not have most of the action just be in the air? Like, oh wait, you got Iron Man. So it's like this Captain America's kind of boring. But yeah, the action didn't have that gritty hand to hand camera shake type of vibe to the previous two films. It felt more akin to like I guess the first Avenger being very stock and weightless with its directing. But man, it's a really huge downgrade. The hand to hand is honestly the worst part of the films. Like the best action scene is the Red Hulk. That scene was absolutely top tier. Like I was smiling like a dumb little kid watching this scene. Even though Sam was surviving all this shit, I'm like, I don't know, man. It's just cool to see the Hulk wreck shit. And not to mention, he looked amazing. Red Hulk looked absolutely top tier in this movie. Amazing CGI. The expression was there. He really does look like Harrison Ford. He has a super cool, bass design. The action was so good. That made me wish the film could have been about Ross. Make the film be about Ross. Make a Red Hulk movie. But then you realize you can't do that because Universal are a bunch of greedy pigs who will be like, sorry, we want to keep our own threshold with Marvel. I mean, like, at least with Sony, they're doing something with Spider-Man. While Universal, they're doing nothing with the Hulk or something. They can literally make the Hulk movies if they want to. They can literally make their own standalone Hulk movies. Because they have the rights to, so why not make a Hulk movie? It's like, fuck me, man. What else again? I'm trying to think what else happened in this movie, because fuck me, this movie. The music was pretty good. I think it's one of the stronger parts. Had a very good spy thriller vibe to it. But throughout the film, didn't have the really cool imagery found in the trailers, making it have that very like Black Ops look to it. In reality, the film doesn't have any of the artistic direction found in the trailer, so it had a very flat Hollywoodish look to it. God, the whole film just looked flat though. It had no direction. And yeah, speaking of which, about the future of the MCU, they did show about that big Sinestro being the guy from the Eternal. Like, yeah, they're pretty much have an island there, so now the entirety of the world wants it and all that. So the end of the film is like they're just going to equally distribute the vibranium from the celestial being so that the countries can use it to protect themselves, I guess. Which, yeah, that won't lead to any bad negative implications in the future for sure. Like, yeah, these countries will not use these weapons for their own personal agendas or anything. This is almost like that's what Steve Rogers was warning us ever since like Civil War. No, since like Winter Soldier, and now the MCU seems to not take his word at all, and now they're just going to distribute these damn weapons of mass destruction, just terrorize neighboring countries, and people are obviously going to steal from the government, and then they're going to start causing like warfares within one another. It's going to make life even worse, even though there's already aliens and multiverses. Like, oh, that ending is actually very bleak for the MCU. I'm not even that interested in what's going to happen in the MCU anymore because that ending was so out there. Speaking of ending, like the after credits scene, it's gotta be the worst end credits of any MCU film to date. It's like, oh, cool. Dr. Broccoli comes in. He's like, hey, bro, did I tell you that there's like multiverses? And Sam, in front of this really shit green screen, is like, in this very stern tone and posture, is like, indeed, yes, I know. We're here and we're ready to kick anyone's asses who comes there near our turf. And that's about it. I was like, that's it? You're telling us stuff that we already know? Of course, it's gonna be a fucking multiverse. That's when I could just tell that this film did not need to be made. This film was rushed the hell back. Like, this is probably the most pointless MCU film to date. Oh my god. Like, people say Deadpool Wolverine is pointless, which I mean, I'm like, it kind of is in the grand scale of things, but it's a fun fucking movie. It's R-rated, has a lot of gore and blood and swearing, and you got Wolverine, and Deadpool's funny, sort of, half the time. But this film is like, what's the point of it? It's meant to be a big showcase as to what the MCU will look like with the new Captain America, which is a big fucking deal, considering he's like the second most popular character in the MCU. And now this is how they're going to do it. It's like, oh my god, the MCU is screwed. The MCU is doomed. Like, I'm just a loss for words, man. This film, man, it's just so dry. Oh my god, it's so bad. I don't even want to watch a film in the cinema for a while now, because this is just sad. It's a sad watch. Because believe it or not, I do like the MCU, so seeing MCU this stage just makes me sad. But man, it just makes me more excited for Thunderbolts though, because Thunderbolts honestly looks really cool. You got John Walker, who, in my opinion, he got fucked over in that TV show real bad because the creators tried their hardest to make him seem like an unreasonable douchebag when in reality he's more rational, makes more sense than Sam and Bucky and like Falcon the Winter Soldier. He's super likable, he's super charismatic, he's badass as fuck. I love him. And I'm super excited to see him as the US agent in the Thunderbolts. That film honestly looks way better. I mean, I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, yeah, that film looks way more interesting. It has a very dark, gritty look to it, which I'm like, that's the type of shit the MCU kind of needs, though. A bit more grittiness. Which is why next month with Daredevil, that's also a good plus. So the MCU isn't really dead, but this film here just reminded me the MCU needs a bit more stakes in it. I mean, I don't really care about the Fantastic Four. I'm more interested in Thunderbolts because that film just looks more up my alley. Same with Daredevil. Those two are like those anticipated projects. Fantastic Four, I'm like, yeah, this looks interesting, but those other two, oh yeah, that's up my alley. So yeah, this movie, I gave it like a 5 out of 10 or something. I'm glad the runtime wasn't that long, but man, the film's kind of a waste of time. Bad writing, all that shit, whatever. Well, anyway, if you like the video, please give a like, comment, sub. I'll see you guys soon. I'm currently freezing my ass off. Lost my bus ticket. I'm still pissed. I have to pay another £6 because the paper is so thin. Literally just flew off my wallet. I mean, at least it wasn't my wallet. If it was my wallet, I've been way more distraught. But luckily, it's just a bus ticket. So £6, it's a lot, but whatever. Fuck this country and their stupid like bus fare, taxes, whatever. But anyway, I'll see you guys soon.